And we're back. These next few parts of the lesson will be much shorter. We are now going to talk about some defined terms. The first actual definition in geometry is space. And that is the set of all points in 3 dimensions. Notice it's 3-dimensional. It actually exists. We can define it. We often represent space by using a prism. We don't generally name a space because space is all around us, and there's only one of them. Moving on to more definitions. Now that we know what a line is, let's kind of take it apart. A segment is a part of a line containing 2 endpoints and all the points in between them. We represent it by a straight path with no arrows, and we name it using those 2 endpoints. So you will see in this figure that we have segment AC. Notice how the segment symbol differs from the line symbol. There's no arrows on it. We also have in the figure segment BC and segment BA. Notice the order of the endpoints doesn't matter. Our next term is array. Basically, it's half of a line. Formally, it is part of a line with one endpoint and continuing infinitely in one direction. It's represented by a straight path with an arrowhead at one end. We name a ray starting with its endpoint followed by any other point on the ray, and we put the ray symbol above them. So in our figure, we have ray AC. Notice the endpoint always comes first, and the ray symbol always points to the right. We can also name ray AC ray AB. Do not confuse ray AB with ray BA. Notice how it has a different endpoint and it goes in the opposite direction. In this figure, we also have ray CA, which can also be named ray CB. And again, don't get that confused with ray BC. Now that we know what rays are, let's talk about opposite rays. Opposite rays are 2 rays with a common endpoint that form a line. And of course, we represent it with a line. On that line, there will be 3 points. We name the rays as usual, but be careful to make sure that the endpoints are the same. So in our figure, we have ray BA and ray BC that are opposite rays. Let's try this really quick. Name all the segments on line Q. There are 3 segments on line Q. Segment KG, which is the leftmost segment, segment KL, which is the rightmost segment, and segment GL. Another question. What are the names of the rays on line Q? Well, we have the ray GK, which can also be named the ray GL. Going in the opposite direction, we have the ray LK, which we can also call ray LG. And then starting from the middle, we have ray KG and ray KL. And finally, which of the rays in question 2 are opposite rays? Those would be the rays in the middle, ray KG and ray KL. They have the same endpoint, and they go in opposite directions, forming a line. Now you'll do a quick question on your own, and then come back for some postulates.